Hey guys, what's up? It's Tornado, and man, today is actually a fucking beautiful day outside. It's really hot. It's like 30 degrees Celsius, so I guess for you Americans it would be like, I don't know, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, but anyway. So, I was going to talk about some things today, but something something exciting happened over the weekend, and I really just had to share it with you guys. Oh, and by the way, the gameplay I have today is it's a pretty old gameplay. It was definitely before the 1.4 patch. I went 43 and 9 using the 196 with steady aim, lightweight, and I believe Marathon Pro with the extended mags. But anyway, I'm not talking about the gameplay today. Well, I never really do. So, me and my friends Sunday, we tried to see, we tried to see The Hangover 2. And honestly, probably half the people that are watching this video have seen The Hangover 2. So many people have seen it. So, we were like, it got good reviews. Well, not, it's a comedy. I mean, what really can you expect? We knew it would be the same thing over and over again, but it's The Hangover. You really can't go wrong. So we went to see it. So I think I went with 3 of my neighbors, and we're also good friends. So we went in his dad's car, and he dropped us off. And surprise, surprise, because this was, I think, the second day after the opening, there was a huge lineup. I think it almost went out the door. But, we were like, whatever, because we came early enough. So we went there, and then we realized, oh shit, this movie's rated 18A. And I think the oldest one of my friends was 16, and then the rest of us were 15. So we were kind of fucked. But we said if we can't get into this movie, if they don't let us buy the tickets, we'll see Thor or Kung Fu Panda 2. So when we finally, after like I think 7 minutes, when we got to the front, I went first because I think I could pass for like 16 or 17. I look a little bit older than 15, definitely. Because I think I'm like pretty tall. I'm like 5'11", but so I ordered the ticket. I said 1 ticket for The Hangover 2, and he said okay, and we were like, all right, friggin' awesome. We get to see The Hangover. We're all fucking excited. And then even one of my friends, he looks like the oldest out of all of us, Joe. But he bought the ticket, and once we knew he got the ticket, we knew we'd all be good. So we went to the movie theater, and right as we were getting to the theater, we saw there was a huge lineup for popcorn and drinks, and there were 4 of us. So we said, alright. So my friend Carmen and Joe, they went to go buy the popcorn, and then me and Mark, we went to go get seats. And surprise, surprise, when we went to the theater, there was barely any seats left. There was a row of 3, and then another row of 3 right in front of it. So we were like, oh well. So me and my friend saved 3 seats, and then the one lonely person would be sitting in the front. So me and Mark, we're sitting there. We're waiting. We got there pretty early, actually. We were surprised, but we were waiting for the movie to start. And then all of a sudden, the same guy that took our ticket at the front door of the theater and ripped the ticket, let us get in the theater, and said, "Have a nice show," came up to us and said, "Do you have ID?" And this shit caught us off guard. We were like, "What the fuck?" So we were silent. And then he was like, "Oh, do you have someone with you that is 18? Does he have his ID with you?" And we were like, we were panicking. This guy caught us off guard. So I was like, yeah, he's buying drinks. He'll be here soon. And he said, alright, but if he's not here by the time the movie starts, then I'm going to have to ask you guys to go in the hallway. So as he left, me and Mark look at each other and we're like, what the fuck was that? Like where'd this come from? Everything was going fine. And then the second he left, we also found this fat blonde chick who left her seat, who was covering the row of 4. We found a row of 4 of seats. So we were like, fuck yeah, we got our seat. But no, he has to fucking bother us and tell us that we can't watch the movie. So this guy was pretty pissed. And the movie was starting. So we came back, and he said, "Where's your guy?" And then this is where shit starts to heat up. And I'm like, yeah, we don't have anyone that's 18 with us. And then all of a sudden, he starts getting really pissed off. He's like, wait, are you trying to pull one on me, huh? And I was like, alright. Me and Mark were freaking. We're like, this guy's pissed. So I was like, alright, you know what? I lied to you, but I'm telling you the truth now. We don't have anyone 18 with us. And he said, alright, well, thank you for telling the truth. So he brought us outside in the hallway. And me and Mark were getting pissed because, we already paid for it. And we asked him, we're like, why did you guys let us buy the tickets in the first place? And he said, it wasn't really the people's job, that they were supposed to check ID. They're just trying to, keep the line moving. Should have been your responsibility. You shouldn't have tried to sneak into the theater. And then in my head, I'm like, you fucking retard. We weren't sneaking in. You let us into the theater. But anyway, he gave us an option. He said, alright, since you guys have the actual ticket and you didn't sneak in, Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah, he pronounced it wrong, Pirates of the Caribbean is starting in 10 minutes, and Kung Fu Panda 2 just started. He said, just started. He didn't say, started 2 minutes ago. No, he didn't do that. So me and Mark, because Pirates of the Caribbean just looks shitty and we really didn't want to see it, we chose Kung Fu Panda 2. So I went to Kung Fu Panda. I found, luckily, 4 seats beside this couple that was making out. And I told Mark, alright, go tell Carmen and Joe that we have to see Kung Fu Panda 2. Guys, the second I walk in and I look at the screen, I was like, alright, this isn't the beginning of the movie. You know when you can just tell? It's like, kind of like the ending music. It's like the whole movie, I was bothered because I was like, don't end, don't end, don't end. I'm not going to get my money's worth. So 45 minutes later, when the movie ends, me and my friends were like, what the fuck? We just got ripped off because we paid like $8 for a movie that was only 45 minutes. This pissed us off. We had all this extra time, and we had like nothing to do. So, what would we do? We go to an arcade, of course. What could possibly go wrong? None of the arcade units worked. The only friggin' game that worked was a racing game that was being taken over by a small Asian kid. We were like, what the hell? So, me and my friend tried to play House of the Living Dead, and our tokens got eaten up. Honestly, I didn't even want to go to anyone and say, can I have my tokens back? Because, first of all, I already lost the leftover tokens that I had from last night, so there's really no reason to ask. So we were pissed, my friend called his dad, and we were off on our way. So, as you can see, we were pissed off. So in the car, we explained this story to his dad. And funny enough, as I'm done explaining the story, the car slows down, slower and slower, and we're like, oh shit, and the car made a U-turn. Now, we had a feeling shit was gonna go down. So, we were excited. This was probably the highlight of our fucking night, considering we missed half of a movie. So, as we finally drove up, my friend's dad walked and said, can we please speak to the manager? Funny enough, guess who was the manager? That douchebag that was disturbing us. So, my friend's dad had a talk with him, and he said, you know, these guys only saw half of their movie, you kicked him out, but no, actually, it didn't even start like that. What they did was, because me and my friends, we were laughing so hard, because we knew that my friend's dad was going to give him shit. So we were laughing so hard, and then my friend's dad said, boys, come over here. And he looked at the manager, and he said, do any of these kids look 18 to you? And he said, oh, no. And he's like, alright. So, you know, he kept on complaining to the guy, saying, you know, he wanted the refund, right? Because we didn't get our fucking money's worth. And then the guy said, oh, I'm sorry, I can't give you a refund. Now, we were pretty pissed off at this point, and this guy was saying that he got his money worth, so we checked the time, and the movie was 1 hour and 45 minutes, and we only saw 45 minutes worth. That's not even half of the movie. This really ticked us off, and this guy was trying to get pissed off. He's like, oh, you know, these guys tried to sneak in, he lied to me, and this guy tried to pull a fast one on me and my friend. He said, oh, no, because my friend's dad said, how'd these guys get let in? And he's like, oh, you know, the way the time shifts work, I wasn't at the door at the time. And then we were like, wait, yes, you were. So me and my friend intruded on their conversation, and this is where I got pissed off. And I don't know, I felt like I was the only one talking that night. I was feeling feisty that night. I don't know why, but I kept on bitching at him. So he said, wait, you were at the door of the theater, and you ripped our tickets. And he says, oh, honestly, I don't recall that. Oh, I'm very sorry, but I'm not quite sure if that's true. And in my head, I was like, you piece of crap. You are lying. You're a pile of shit. I was so pissed off at that point. He ruined my night. I can't even go to a fucking arcade. He was busting our balls the whole night. Oh, didn't mention this. After the movie, you know, we were outside of the theater doors, and all the theater doors, they're pretty close together. So me and my friends were kind of like regrouping, talking about the movie. We're like, shit, we didn't get our money's worth. Out of this random door, that same guy walks out, stares at us for a solid 10 seconds, and then says, you guys aren't thinking of sneaking into another movie theater, are you? Because I'd hate to bring you out of there. I wanted to slap him. I was so pissed off. After all the shit he put us through that night, he had the nerve to say that. But anyway, some things led to another. Some funny conversations went on between my friend's dad and him. My friend's dad actually said, because he was pissed off at this point, this one guy was just being a total asshole. My friend's dad said, "You get off to this, don't you?" Guys, his fucking face turned more red than his t-shirt. It was the funniest thing. So, we got his number. We're gonna complain to whatever crappy board that's there, because honestly, that theater's shit anyway. The only reason why we went there is because it's closest to my house. But, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.